Stand in front of a mirror for 10 seconds. What catches your eye first? Your face, or your belt buckle, watch, glasses, or jewelry? If an accessory gets noticed before you do, it is doing too much. For men over 45, this is often what makes a good outfit feel older than it should. Not the shirt, not the trousers. It is the small details you have worn for years without questioning them. Today, we are changing 10 of those details. No chasing trends, no trying to look younger, just simple accessory swaps that make you look cleaner, sharper, and more refined. 1. The belt. From loud logos to quiet structure. Let's start with the belt, because this is one of the easiest details to get wrong. A large metal buckle, especially one built around a visible logo, creates what I call a visual anchor. Your eye goes straight to the center of the body, and after 45 or 50, that is rarely where we want the attention to stay. The problem is not that a designer belt is expensive. The problem is that the buckle starts doing more work than the man wearing it. A better choice is simple. Smooth leather, a low-profile buckle, and no obvious branding. The belt should connect the trousers to the rest of the outfit. It should not become the outfit. For most men, a width around 3 to 3.5 centimeters works well with chinos, wool trousers, and smart casual clothing. And keep the color relationship simple. Black shoes, black belt. Dark brown shoes, dark brown belt. You do not need a perfect laboratory match, but they should clearly belong to the same family. The goal is not to make the belt more interesting. The goal is to make you more noticeable than the belt. 2. The watch. Size matters, but not the way you think. There was a period when watches kept getting larger. 44 millimeters, 46, sometimes even bigger. Thick cases, heavy bracelets, crowded dials. That look had its moment, but on most wrists today, especially with a button-down shirt, knit polo, or blazer, it can feel heavy and dated. An oversized watch does something subtle. It makes the wrist look smaller. The watch becomes the first thing you see, and the proportion starts working against you. For most men over 45, somewhere around 38 to 42 millimeters is a much safer range. Not tiny, not delicate, just balanced. Look for a cleaner dial, a thinner case, and less unnecessary bulk. A leather strap works beautifully with tailoring and smart casual clothing. A slim steel bracelet gives you more everyday flexibility. And notice the difference in attitude. The oversized watch says, "Look at my watch." The well-proportioned watch says almost nothing. That is exactly why it looks more refined. 3. Sunglasses. From sport mode to timeless shape. Sunglasses are another place where function and style often get confused. Wraparound frames are excellent when you are cycling, fishing, driving long distances, or spending the day outdoors. But put the same pair with a linen shirt, chinos, or a blazer, and suddenly the entire outfit feels disconnected. The glasses belong to one world, the clothes belong to another. That mismatch is what makes the look feel careless. For everyday wear, classic shapes are much easier to live with. A wayfarer, an aviator, a restrained tortoiseshell frame, a thin metal frame. These shapes have lasted for decades because they work with the structure of a man's face instead of fighting for attention. Keep the lenses restrained as well. Smoke gray, tea brown, dark green, mirrored blue, or bright orange lenses may be useful in sport, but with dressier clothing, they usually become the loudest object on your face. And remember, sunglasses sit only a few centimeters from your eyes. If one accessory deserves restraint, it is this one. 4. The wallet. Your trousers should not have to carry your history. Now check your wallet. If it contains expired cards, old receipts, loyalty cards you have not used in 3 years, and enough paper to reconstruct your financial life, this is not really a wallet anymore. It is storage. And your trousers are paying the price. A thick wallet in the back pocket creates a visible lump, pulls the fabric out of shape, and breaks the clean line of chinos or tailored trousers. The upgrade is not complicated. Use a slim leather wallet or a simple card holder. Carry the cards you actually use. Your identification. A small amount of cash if you prefer it. That is usually enough. If you are wearing a blazer, the inside pocket is ideal. Otherwise, a front pocket is often cleaner than sitting on a thick wallet all day. There is also a larger point here. Good style after 45 is often less about adding things and more about editing them. The thick wallet says you carried everything because you might need it. The slim wallet says you already decided what matters. 5. Jewelry. Remove the visual noise. Jewelry becomes difficult when every piece wants its own conversation. A large watch, 3 bracelets, a necklace outside the shirt, 2 or 3 rings on the same hand. Individually, none of these may be a serious problem. Together, they create visual noise. And visual noise is the enemy of refinement. For most men, 1 or 2 meaningful pieces are enough. A wedding band and a good watch already create a complete combination. If you wear a bracelet, keep it simple and let it complement the watch rather than compete with it. If you wear a necklace with a polo or shirt, allowing it to sit quietly beneath the collar usually looks more mature than displaying it across the chest. This is not about becoming conservative. It is about hierarchy. Your face comes first. Your clothing creates the frame. Accessories support the frame. When every accessory is asking to be noticed, none of them looks important. When you remove the excess, the pieces that remain suddenly look better, and so do you. If a few of these examples feel uncomfortably familiar, that is probably a good sign. These are small corrections, not a new identity, and we are only halfway through. If these first 5 changes feel useful, give the video a like. It is a small thing, but it helps YouTube put this in front of more men who want to dress better without chasing trends or rebuilding an entire wardrobe. Now let's finish the list, because the next 5 details are smaller, but people notice them more than you might think. 6. Socks. Stop trying to make them the joke. Socks seem insignificant until you sit down. Then suddenly 4 or 5 inches of fabric appear between your trousers and your shoes. And if that fabric is neon green, covered in cartoon characters, or a short athletic sock exposing your ankle above a dress shoe, the entire outfit changes. The problem is not personality. The problem is visible effort. When the socks are trying too hard to be funny, youthful, or unexpected, they become the most memorable part of an otherwise mature outfit. The safer approach is also the sharper one. Navy, charcoal, brown, deep burgundy. A subtle rib or small geometric pattern is enough if you want some character. And here is the easiest rule to remember. Match your socks more closely to your trousers than to your shoes. Gray trousers, charcoal socks. Navy trousers, navy or dark blue socks. That creates one continuous visual line down the leg. Your socks do not need to start a conversation. They just need to finish the trousers properly. 7. The bag. Your clothes and your bag should know each other. You can get the shirt right, the trousers right, the shoes right, and then throw a tactical backpack over your shoulder and undo half the work. Again, the backpack itself is not bad. It may be excellent for hiking, travel, or carrying equipment, but context matters. A heavily padded nylon bag with straps, clips, and multiple compartments belongs to a different visual language than a blazer, loafers, or tailored trousers. For work and smart casual settings, choose something with structure. A simple leather briefcase, a clean messenger bag, a structured canvas or leather tote. You do not need luxury branding. What matters is shape, material, and restraint. And keep the color relationship familiar. Black leather works naturally with black shoes. Dark brown, cognac, and chestnut sit comfortably beside brown leather footwear and belts. The bag is one of the largest accessories you carry, so if it looks accidental, the entire outfit can look accidental. 8. The pen and notebook. Small objects, big signals. This one may sound old-fashioned. That is exactly why it works. A plastic promotional pen clipped to the outside of a dress shirt is functional, but in a meeting, a dinner, or a professional conversation, it also looks temporary. Replace it with one good metal pen. It does not need to be expensive. Steel, brass, or a simple matte finish is enough. Pair it with a compact notebook that does not look like it came from the office supply cabinet. The value here is not fashion, it is behavior. Taking out a proper pen, writing something down, and putting it away neatly communicates attention. It says you came prepared. Keep the pen inside your blazer if you are wearing one, rather than displaying it in the shirt pocket. A good accessory does not have to be visible all day to improve the impression you make. 9. The pocket square. Complement, never copy. If your pocket square came in the same box as your tie, there is a good chance they should not be worn together. The matching tie and square set seems logical. Same color, same fabric, same pattern. But that is exactly the problem. It looks assembled rather than considered. A pocket square should complement the outfit, not repeat another piece exactly. And there is one option that almost never fails: white linen. Fold it simply, straight across. No elaborate sculpture rising from the pocket. With a navy, gray, brown, or textured jacket, it adds a small amount of contrast without asking for attention. If you prefer silk, choose a pattern that picks up one color from the rest of the outfit instead of duplicating the tie. The tie and pocket square should be relatives, not twins. 10. Fragrance. The accessory people notice with their eyes closed. The final accessory is invisible, and that makes it one of the easiest to overdo. A heavy fragrance enters the room before you do and stays after you leave. That is not presence. That is intrusion. After 45, fragrance works better when it sits closer to the skin. Think cedarwood, sandalwood, vetiver, juniper, bergamot. Warm, dry, clean notes that reveal themselves gradually instead of filling the room immediately. 2 or 3 sprays are usually enough. You want someone to notice your fragrance when they step closer, not from the other side of the table. The principle is the same as everything else on this list. The more refined the accessory, the less desperately it asks to be noticed. The 3 rules to remember. So if you remember nothing else from this video, remember 3 things. First, quieter is sharper. Less branding, less shine, less visual noise. Second, everything should belong. Your watch, belt, glasses, bag, and shoes should feel like they belong to the same man and the same occasion. Third, choose things that last. 1 good belt is better than 5 fashionable ones. 1 properly sized watch will outlive a decade of trends. Style after 45 is not about adding more. It is about removing what no longer earns its place. Which accessory on this list do you think you need to change first? Tell me in the comments. And if you appreciate practical style advice for men who have no interest in dressing like they are 25 again, subscribe and turn on notifications. Share this with a friend who might find it useful. And if you want to keep refining your wardrobe, click the video on screen now. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.